You're listening to the Laura London Fitness Show with your host, Laura London. Hi everyone, this is Laura London and welcome to another episode of the Laura London Fitness Show. Today I am interviewing Phil from Konkura.com. This is such a fun website. I know you guys are going to get a kick out of this. You're all going to be doing challenges. The website, it's all about challenges, challenging people from all over the world. I'm not going to give you any more information because I'm going to save it all for Phil, who's one of the creators of Konkura.com. So let's get this interview rocking. Hi everybody, and I have Phil from Konkura here. Hi Phil, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Hi Laura, thanks for inviting me on the interview show.
My pleasure. He's in England. It's about 8 o'clock there, and it's 3 o'clock here in Florida. So this took a lot of work for us to connect.
That's right. And hopefully people over there will understand my accent a bit because we're based just south of Manchester in the north of England. So apologies if anyone can't understand a word I say.
I love your accent, so I'm sure everyone's fine with it. So let's talk about Konkura. Tell everybody what it is, how it came about. It's so interesting.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, Konkura is basically a sport and fitness challenge website that myself, my brother, and a few friends have put together over the last couple of years. And the idea of it is that it tries to add an element of friendly competition to anyone's fitness training or sports training, sports clubs, groups of clients of personal trainers, whatever group you want, including sort of everyone in the world if you like. So it's all built around challenges. And by challenges, we mean anything that can be measured, really. Anything that can be measured in terms of time, distance, weight, reps, or even things like sort of showing off your skills, or football skills, or skateboard stunts on videos, post a video, anything that people can vote for or rate, or in fact any combination of those things. So you can create incredibly flexible challenges that cover entire workout schedules or so sports training routines, anything you like, really.
You go to the website, Konkura.com, and there is video everywhere and different kinds of challenges. I've seen t-shirt challenges, how many t-shirts you can put on in a minute, to push-up challenges, it's crazy how many different challenges there are.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's hundreds on there already covering all kinds of sport or fitness activities. But I think we've really only scratched the surface at the moment because, as more and more people go on there and use their imagination and their knowledge of sport and fitness, they can create incredible challenges on there. And then also the other side of it is that, say you come across a challenge that you really like, but you think, this is just for super athletes or incredibly competitive people. Well, that's not the end of the story. You might think, I can never beat that, the people who are leading this particular challenge. Right. Well, what you can then do is create your own version of that challenge and make it just open to you and your friends, so that you can use that just to motivate a group of you. You're never going to beat Usain Bolt at the 100 meters, but you can try and beat each other and get motivated, and everyone improve as a result of that, as you push each other forwards, give each other friendly encouragement and a little bit of banter and a little bit of competition, which is where the kind of idea came from, really.
Yeah, where in the world did you think this up? Because it's so amazing. I mean,
right. The idea came to me a long time ago. I wish I'd done it sooner, really. I used to be a very keen rower at Oxford University and also at York University. A little short to make it into the blue belt against Cambridge, but kind of the next tier down. I rowed with a few very, very good rowers, internationals. I believe one of the guys went on to be in the US Olympic 8, in fact. So it was great times. But what I found after I'd left and graduated that what I really missed was the element of competition. That's what my training missed. And it wasn't so much the competition of going out and trying to beat other crews in formal races. It was all the little competitions, the fun little challenges we had amongst ourselves to push each other to keep getting better.
Right.
And so what I thought was, well, we're scattered around the world. There's people all over the place. We're all doing different things, but we could still, online get together and challenge one another, and keep motivating each other that way. And so that's where the idea was born. And obviously that's kind of a bit of an alpha male and super competitive type way of looking at it. But of course, the more you think about it, the more you think, actually, most people have some degree of competitive spirit, and the same process can apply for any group. It's just about what the nature of the challenge is and how people interact on it. So you can create challenges that are all for a bunch of super gym goers on one side, but equally you can create a challenge that's just a bunch of friends who are trying to get a little bit better or a little bit fitter at something, the same platform can do all those things. So that's where the idea came from, really.
How long has the site been up?
It's been in its current form for a couple of years, really, but that's it's kind of been a continual process of refinement and adding features, taking feedback from people, and the feedback we get from both everyday users but also from fitness professionals is fantastic about the site. So really, we're now just at the stage of trying to get it to go really, really big and reach a mass audience. We already have quite a few American competitors on there. Some of them doing extremely well and kicking some British backside.
Well, I saw that England was the #1 most competitive country, and the United States was just #2.
Yeah, so that obviously has to be rectified, and and obviously we want the Scottish to come in, and we want the South Africans, the Australians, who obviously everyone in Australia should be on this site from their reputation, but. We want to see all that. We want to see competitions amongst nations. We want to see competition to prove who's the fittest city, obviously the fittest individual. We want to see, the armed forces, the British Army taking on the US Army, on every country's army in terms of fitness and fitness challenges and so on. So, anything we can do to promote that level of friendly competition, I think, is great, and it's going to really help people stay motivated and have fun, keeping in shape.
It really is. I mean, just looking at the homepage, it's so much fun to see all these people, and you have, your average everyday person and your top athletes, and they're all doing all sorts of different competitions. I think this is an amazing website. People are going to love it. I can't wait to help spread the word. I mean, that's why we're doing this interview. Now, I have to get on there and do a challenge. What should
Absolutely.
I
do? I'm sure.
I'll have to think of one.
I'm sure you can think of many, many challenges. Some ab workouts and things.
I know your brother was a little shy, and he chose not to come on the interview, but you said he loves to take off his shirt and do the challenges all the time.
We try to stop him doing that, but he just won't. Any excuse, really. The really fun one is when he was bench pressing his girlfriend.
I'm going to have to go visit that one for sure.
Yeah, it's not all about serious sport and fitness. It's anything you can think of, really. So, like you said before, the T-shirts in 1 minute races, the top score, I think, is around 19 in a minute, which is surprisingly difficult to beat. So
it's the T-shirt one was harder than it looked. It's getting it in, getting it on, but that was fun. Now, people can just come on. How do they get there? Through the website, Konkura.com, and then what do they need to do? Register? Is it a free registration?
Yeah, absolutely. The whole site's completely free. Takes less than a minute to sign up to. Just you can sign in with your Twitter or Facebook accounts or Google ID, all sorts of things, or just fill in your email address, select a a username, and you're ready to go, really. And then it's just a question, are you going to go and find an existing challenge and go and take on people who are already there, or are you going to create your own? You can dive straight in there and create a challenge in a minute or two. And then start inviting your friends onto to that challenge. So the challenges themselves can be either open to everyone in the world, or you can keep them private just to your friends and use it that way. Perhaps if I give a bit of an example of kind of the flexibility, if say you think about say a bunch of people do triathlon, and they're training hard for the triathlon and they want a bit of extra motivation. They can obviously sort of set up a challenge that might be, who's got the fastest Olympic triathlon time, or even Ironman, or whatever distance they do, and then see, what people, form a community of people around the world who are all training towards the same thing, compete amongst each other, exchange training tips via the challenge wall, and post videos related to the training and so on. And that's all great, but then what they could also do is say, well, we're all training every week, so let's put our training program on there. Let's put, to do a simple one, the Monday night cycle, the Wednesday night swim, the Friday night run. Let's put a combination of those things each week and see who out of the group of us or out of our triathlon club, who's king of the club this week, or queen of the club this week, and then the next week, well, we'll start competing again, and everyone improves that way. Or, for example, if you're, very much a kind of, keen gym goer, you might put a whole workout on there, or you might just put a simple thing like, bench press, maximum bench press challenge.
Right.
And that's great. So you can create a simple one, which is just who can bench press the most weight. Someone else could come along and think, well, that's not really fair on the little guy, so let's do one that's weight corrected. So it's a combination of, the first event, the first number you enter is the weight of the bar.
Right.
The second number you put is your body weight, and the third is the number of reps. And it's kind of, calculate. You come up with some calculation for all those things, and then you can even add in a sort of an extra element to it, which is and vote for who's got the best form. So, and that's how it kind of expands out, and how you get so much ability to do so many different things on the site, really. So.
That's great. There's so much more. It's more than just the challenge. It's sharing all the different information out there that they have.
Yeah.
Now the question, Konkura, I don't know, is there a meaning to it?
Well, it's actually, what it actually means, I believe, is Esperanto for competitive. So that's kind of why we picked it. But also, obviously, it sounds like Konkura, the winner. Yes. So it kind of has that element, and we just kind of thought it was a cool word that ultimately we'd love to see on a T-shirt like this.
I think that's lovely. I like that. That's a great shirt.
Thanks. So kind of ticks all the boxes, we think, and it's hopefully pretty memorable and gets across what we're all about, really.
Right. Well, Phil, I'm telling everyone, go right now after this interview. Go check out Konkura.com. You are going to love it. I want to see the challenges. Definitely post them on Facebook, YouTube, Konkura, everywhere. Let's get this out there and rocking across the world.
Okay. Yeah, everyone's welcome. And come on, America, you've got to take top spot from England.
Come on, we got to take it away from them, guys. We got to grab it.
Absolutely.
All right, Phil, thank you so much for joining me on the Laura London Fitness Show all the way from England. I really, really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much for having us. It's been great, and really appreciate your support on the site. It's fantastic.
No problem. And tell your brother I will be getting him on video.
I think he's going to be very scared.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.